Hello. My name is Amber. My at is Ambi1518. And I am sort of recapping slash reviewing the Ultimatum season 2. And I just want to say this is really my first time making these YouTube videos. I've always wanted to make YouTube videos reviewing all of the reality TV shows I watched, but I don't know. I always feel like I get way too late in the game when I really start getting motivated to do it, And plus, I watch so many other people review it. It's like, what's another reviewer? But hey, here I am. And you know what? As a consumer of like five different people reviewing basically one episode of a show that I watch, if there was 6 episodes, I would watch 6 episodes. So I figure might as well. So hi, hit subscribe if you're so inclined. Like, leave a comment. Whatever you want to say is okay. We can have a candid, awesome discussion about it. But anyways, let's get into it. So season 2, episode 1 of the Ultimatum. Now, I wasn't really paying attention to their intros and stuff because, to be honest, I kind of don't care. I'm like here for the drama. But I figure if it's going to be a decent recap, I might as well just say it or research it. So I looked up this article, Variety. I'll put the link in the description if you want to read it yourself, because I'm not really going to be reading too much of it. So there are, how many couples are there? Like 4 or something, or 5? I don't know. Anyways, so there's James and Ryan. They're both 24. Ryan's issuing the ultimatum to James. They've been together since they were 16. They never lived together. Yeah. Lisa and Brian. So Lisa, 32, Brian, 29. They've been together for 2 years. She issued the ultimatum to him. There's Kat and Alex. Kat is 28 and Alex is 32, and they've been dating for 2 years, and she gave him the ultimatum. And then there's Antonio and Roxanne. They've been together for 4 years. Antonio's 30, Roxanne's 31. Trey and Raya. Trey's 29, Raya's 25. They've been together for 2 years. And that's basically it. That's the summaries of the couples and how long they've been together. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 5 couples. And like the really juicy stuff starts. Okay, so I put in a bunch of notes in my notes app. So if I'm like looking down a lot, that's why. Okay, so I put Ryan whoever. It's here. Let me slow down or show. It's Ryan Trey. Okay, so I'm not gonna recap the whole conversations. I'm gonna kind of do the juicy bits. Basically, they're discussing why Trey issued the ultimatum to Raya. Basically, Trey feels like, and if I say anything wrong, by the way, please feel free to correct me, and I can like pin a comment or something at the top. If anyone's even watching this. So anyways, Trey is 29. Apparently, he's a pretty successful guy, and he's already kind of set in his life, and he's like, I want to take the next step, which is marrying Raya. Now, Raya's sort of just starting that journey for herself, so she doesn't want to take that step yet. Understandable. I mean, think about when there's an age gap, but age gaps don't matter if you guys are in the same stage of your life. You know what I mean? So it's like she's in a totally different stage and she's younger. So it's like, of course, she's going to struggle with the idea of like marriage and commitment and stuff. She doesn't even know what her life is going to look like when she starts becoming more accomplished or whatever she wants to do. So Raya says over and over, again, are you going to want kids? Are you going to want kids? And I mean, if we were literally playing a drinking game, you would be drunk. You would be drunk at this point, because the amount of times that she's like, but are you going to want kids when we get married? And he's kind of just silent, which to me, that is very telling. That is, he gave you your answer. Yes, he's going to want kids. And if she doesn't want kids, what's going to happen? Or I think she says, what if I don't want kids? What if I don't want kids? he wants kids. I mean, these are the things, just like in life in general. I've been in a relationship for 10 years. We've been married for 5. I'm 30. I don't know if that matters to anybody. But, anyways, so me and my husband, his name's Channing. We're very lucky that we align on a lot of the same values. Sometimes I feel like couples nowadays, they get together and they don't even bother to align on their values, and then they wonder why it's not going to work out. Well, kids is something that is sort of like, you either want kids or you don't, and that's the end of the story. And you can't really be with someone who wants kids if you don't want kids, because I mean, who are they going to have kids with other than you, the person they're in a committed relationship with, unless there's some arrangements made, and that's okay. But you know what I'm trying to say is that you guys really need to align on your values before you be getting into these relationships, and a lot of these people don't seem like they've been doing that. Anyways, so he's not saying anything to, what if I don't want kids? What if I don't want kids? And she's tearing up the whole time. I feel so bad for her. And she's crying. He comforts her. He's like, you keep bringing up concerns. They sound like fears. It's like, yeah, she's got a lot of fears. That's totally understandable and normal for being 24, just starting out in the adult world. Um, and she has a right to feel this way. So then the next conversation we see is Roxanne and Antonio. He's giving her the ultimatum, like we said earlier. Oh, let me pull up the graphic. Antonio and Roxanne. So he's giving her the ultimatum. This conversation sounds like the first time they've had this conversation. Like, she's talking about how the kind of dates that she wants are the ones where after she has woken up and worked from the time that she the time that she woke up to the time that she's like almost going to bed. She's like, well, why can't we just have a little date of like burgers in, and then like going on a walk to the park afterward? Like, she's like suggesting that they've apparently been together for 4 years. Is this really the first time that you've had this discussion? Like, that's what it sounds like to me. That's how it's coming off. Now, if they're just kind of like having the discussion again just for TV's sake, okay. But like, he was like, yeah, I agree with that. I don't know. It just felt weird. It's like, do you guys talk to each other? It just doesn't seem like it from, what I'm seeing right now. So, yeah, he then tells her, like, if you don't say yes, I'm done. I'm gone. And she's like, stop. And he's like, no. And I believe him. He looks very serious. Like, he's like, yeah, I am gone if you guys aren't, if y'all ain't on board. So then we go to Lisa and Brian. She's giving him the ultimatum. She's like, haven't you proposed to me, dude? And then he's like, but what's going to change in our relationship even if I do propose to you and we get married? Like, our problems are still going to be there. He doesn't want to do it now, and he feels like his hand is being forced, and he pretty much says as much. He's saying, well, money is one reason why, like, I don't want to get married right now. And she's like, dude, I make 6 figures. I got you. I want to start a family. Shit, making 6 figures. I'll marry you, Lisa. You're freaking beautiful. I'm married. Ugh, I'm married. My husband knows I don't mean it, okay? Anyways, so she starts questioning, well, maybe it's me. I think that's valid. I think that's a valid thing to feel on her end, because she's saying they live together. It's basically like they're already married. So what's the holdup? And I understand why she would feel that way. He goes, I don't think it's that. You don't think it's that? That would not make me feel good. I would be like, what the fuck? Like, you don't think, huh? Very interesting. Very interesting statement. And then she's even like, you hesitated when you said that. I mean, girl, I don't know. Fine, whatever. And then she's like, maybe it's the age difference. They're 3 years apart. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think that's really a factor. Okay. She's like, I need someone to be ready to marry me today, and I want it to be you. And he's like, right, same. I don't know. He doesn't want to marry her. I don't know for what. We don't know too much of her personality yet, so I can't really gauge whether or not he just doesn't like her for her or what. I don't know. I don't know. She's like, I have nothing to prove to you. You got to prove something to me. Period. Period. Slay. Honestly, slay. Slay statement right there. She says she will walk away if they don't get married. Um, it was interesting because like they were in bed, they were all cuddling, being lovey-dovey and stuff. I love PDA. I don't mind. Um, but when it's like a camera and it's like in front of you like this, and you're just like, I don't know. That was a lot for me. I was like, I don't think I could do that. I'm too shy about stuff like that. You know what I mean? Um, and then they make sweet, sweet love. Shit, I would be. I mean, they didn't show all the couples doing that, you know. I feel like they only showed them doing that. And I'm like, what are you other couples doing? I don't know. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be making sure that he never forgets me. I'd be making the sex so good that he knows what he's missing out on as soon as he doesn't get that anymore. You know what I mean? So later that night, she wakes up like in the middle of the night, like they're sleeping, and she's crying. She's very upset. She's like, I want to go home. And he's like, no, we're staying right here. Red flag. Red flag. So then the next conversation is between James and Ryan. They've been together since they were 16. Yes, we said that. He said he has the ring from his grandma that he's going to give to her and like put another ring on it, I guess, to make it like more personalized. And she's kind of just like, so you're going to wait to pay off that extra ring in order to make this gesture to me. And like, you're going to wait until, is that what I just said? You're going to wait until you pay off this other ring in order to propose to me. It's just another excuse not to propose to me. I mean, yeah, girl. So it was kind of like a nothing burger conversation either. It was so boring. And then we fast forward to where they said 1 week until the choice. And so this is, I think, the first time all of the newly separated couples are like meeting each other and like mingling in that way. First of all, I want to say Lisa had on like a brown bikini with like a fishnet cover on it. Whoa, it looked so good. She looked so hot, and that was a really cute piece. If she's got some kind of Amazon, oh my gosh, if she's got some kind of Amazon shop or store that I could have a link to that, let me know. Let me know if it's in my size, please, Lord. Ryan looks great. She's like, I'm so exposed. I was like, girl, expose yourself. Expose yourself. Like, literally, I just love when people get the confidence to dress like the bad bitches that they are. And I just love that for her. And Raya, oh my God. Was it a bathing suit or was it just like a short kind of little dress with the like marbling effect, I think? Very cute. Love it. Love it on her. So the first people that talk are Lisa, so her, and then Antonio, this guy. And they seem to really be vibing. And then Kat and James also talk, and they talk about how they have double jointed thumbs, and the conversation was weird, and it felt weird. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Roxanne and Trey, they talk, and she says that she wants someone ambitious, and then the editor is like panned over to Antonio, implying that he's not ambitious, and she more or less said it, you know. And then Roxanne, her, has a conversation with Brian, and they seem to really vibe. They seem to have like the same mindset, like an entrepreneurial mindset, you know. And Brian says that he's eyeing Raya. So Brian and Raya, her. And I mean, who isn't? I mean, to be honest, who isn't eyeing Raya? So then they end up talking, Brian and Raya, and he's like, I need good energy and vibes from my relationship. And she's like, I need that in my life too. to me, kind of implying that they don't have that right now. Okay. Oh my gosh, some foreshadowing, you know? And then Lisa catches them talking to each other and she's scoping them out. She sort of like turned around. Antonio's looking. They're like, she's got like binoculars out. She's like, what are you doing talking to my man over there? I mean, I don't blame her, to be honest. I'd be acting like that. She's acting real cool though, Lisa. She's acting like it's fine, you know. Raya says that she got the feeling that Brian was open with his emotions by their conversation and how their conversation flowed. Okay, girl. James also talks to Raya and he says that he and Ryan can't really talk about emotions and that Ryan seems closed off to him and he wants to talk about like his shitty childhood and she's, I guess, not receptive to that. And then Ryan's like, I had a messed up childhood too. And so that's how they bond. And James is really shocked that him and Raya got along so well. He said their conversation flowed well. So that's good. Then Ryan, where's she at? Ryan and Trey talk. And he's an engineer. And she's like, oh, that's what James does. And I'm like, girl, don't worry about James right now, okay? You talk to Trey. Don't worry about James right now. I think that just shows like her state of mind. Her mind is on James. Understandable. Again, understandable. But interesting because they purposely went on the show to sort of test their relationship. You know, they're agreeing to like split up, date other people, and then see if they want to get back together. So it's interesting that she's not, in my opinion, totally going into it. But also it's understandable why she's not doing that. I mean, they're both from Southern Carolina. South Carolina? Southern Carolina? Why did I just say that? South Carolina. Southern state. Anyways. Trey in a confessional is like, yeah, Ryan's cool and everything, but I want to talk to Lisa. And I want you to talk to Lisa too. Get her mind off of Brian right now because she, as we'll later see, this escalates. This escalates. So Trey and Lisa do talk, and he says, I'm ready, and Raya isn't because she wants her life together before we get together. And now Lisa's words, I didn't really like. I didn't really appreciate. She is kind of like, well, it's weird. You think a woman would be ready to take that leap, kind of implying that even though they're not together or not on, like, Raya's in a different stage in her life. But it doesn't matter that she's not prepared because a woman would usually just jump into it, even though she's unprepared. And I just didn't really like that statement. I think that Lisa might be being a little catty because she's jealous of Raya because she knows Brian's into her. But I also understand. I totally understand. I'd be talking mad shit. I for real would. So the next conversation's Kat and Antonio. And Antonio says he's ready to get married and he wants a family. Kat also wants a family and she wants to feel heard. Antonio says he wants a partner to be vocal about their feelings. I think they are feeling each other and it's interesting. All of these comments, I think, are implications of what they are lacking in their original relationship. And very interesting indeed. So then the next conversation is Roxanne and Alex. And they say, cheers to being single and to breaking up. I'm like, why are you guys cheersing like that? I don't know. They are like way too eager. See, the difference between Ryan talking about James and like in her conversation with another man, she has to bring up James versus this conversation where the first thing that they're bringing up is celebrating the fact that they're newly single. It's like, I don't know. It's just like you guys just don't want this relationship anymore. Just admit it and just break up before you come on this damn show and humiliate yourself on a national scale. That's just my opinion, though. Anyways, Roxanne started a company. Alex used to own a company. Their parents apparently were running companies or had their own companies. They both said that their number one red flag is lack of ambition. implying that their partners are not ambitious. She's like, I can't say Alex is better than Antonio, but Alex is amazing. Girl, you basically just said it. I don't know about that. Roxanne says, maybe I do want to get married. It just might be the person. Okay. All right. So later, they're all having drinks. It's sort of like a intimate cocktail party situation. They're all in a group, and Roxanne's like, okay, everyone, who's been your best date? And they're all like, oh my God, you know? And then Lisa's like, okay, you specifically, Brian, who's been your best date? He don't answer. Lisa asks Kat. She doesn't answer. They're all like, okay, Lisa, how about you answer? How about you answer? And she's like, Antonio. And Ryan said, then answered, and she's like, I think me and Trey have the most in common. Okay, fair enough. And then Raya speaks up, and she's like, Brian. And the atmosphere turns really weird, really awkward. Lisa walks away. Very, very awkward. And then Lisa and Brian end up chatting because I think she's starting to get very emotional and like tearing up and stuff. And she's like, this experience shouldn't be the thing that gets us through our issues. Agree. A big agree. She's also questioning the relationship altogether because they have to be on this show in order to work out said issues. She's right. She's so right. You guys should be already done. You should already be done. I mean, he says, if we're not here, then we have given up on a relationship, implying that this is the only way to solve their issues. Okay. He says this opportunity is to give her reassurance in their relationship. She says that she has a confessional, and she's like, I had to convince him to come on this show, and now he's convincing me to stay. This is all fucked up. And she's like sobbing. She's gutted. She's totally like, I feel really bad for her in this situation. It's terrible. But I mean, it's kind of what they signed up for. So I don't know. The next conversation is between Alex and Roxanne. Alex here and Roxanne. So sorry. I keep forgetting. They both say that they are similar to each other and that their partners are the opposite of them. And even though it's like opposites attract, maybe that always isn't the case. Okay. And then Brian talks to Raya. So there's Raya and here's Brian in the same spot where Lisa was literally just like sobbing, which I thought was so fucked up. I don't know. It just left a bad taste in my mouth. And they're very flirty. They're talking about, I don't know, whatever, just flirty stuff. A reason to be kind of flirty and sexy, you know. And Roxanne and Lisa from far away like spot them talking, and Lisa's like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. And Roxanne's like, okay, just trust the process, you know, like everything's going to be okay. Lisa then like refers to her, and I don't really remember the context, but she's like, she calls Raya the Hooters bitch. And Roxanne's like, okay, don't be mean. And then Lisa's like, I'm going to go over there. And she's like struts over there, upset. And she sits down right next to Brian, and they're both like, hey, what's up, girl? You know, like, what's up? And it's really weird. It's so awkward. And Lisa's like to Roxanne, or blah, 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 to Raya, do you like Brian? And then Raya's like, oh, he's cool. And Lisa's like, it's bothering me that you like him so much. And then Raya's like, I'm just gonna and she dips. She's like, I'm out of here. And Brian's like, why did you just intrude like that? And Lisa's kind of like, I don't give a fuck, you know, like Raya like doesn't even like her man. She's so fake, like just shit like that. And then like she like storms off, and she walks by the group, and she calls someone a roach. I'm assuming Lisa calls Raya a roach. And then there's like a cut, and there's something, Lisa says something I don't remember, but she literally like pushes Brian's face like this. I was like, okay, now this is too much. I do feel bad and sorry, for her and the situation, but that was very uncalled for. I'm not really, I don't know. I just didn't like that. I do like Lisa, but uh, I just think about like if a man did that, it would just be as terrible. And I don't know. I know she's drunk, and I hope that since then she's reflected on this, you know, and oh, and I hope she's grown from this. My headset died. I guess I don't really need it to talk to you guys. But anyways, that was the episode. The previews were crazy. I'm probably gonna watch it right now, and then I'll record another video. And I mean, that's basically it. I freaking love this show. It's so crazy. It's so good. Last season was really good. The Queer Ultimatum was really good. So let me know if, I don't know, I need to correct anything. Did I get anything wrong? How do you like it? How do you like the setup? Anything. Just comment anything, like, subscribe, share, whatever. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.